It's France's most prestigious literary prize, recognising the author of an outstanding work of imaginative prose. Jean-Baptiste Andrea has won this year's Prix Goncourt. Well, for more, let's cross live now to France 24's Clovis Casali, who's at the restaurant in Paris where the winner is traditionally announced. Clovis, firstly, tell us about who has won this year's prize.
Well, Jean-Baptiste Andrea, born in Cannes, is not your typical French novelist. Before writing books, he was a screenwriter and a director. He even went to Hollywood to direct Big Nothing, starring David Schwimmer and Martin Pegg. But now he's very much in the literary spotlight. His book, Watching Over Her, Veiller sur elle, tells the story of a platonic friendship between a genius sculptor and a young aristocrat. And this genius sculptor is also a dwarf. He has to overcome many difficulties in his life. Undergoing bad treatment from his uncle, mockery and so on, but he's a genius and he makes a masterpiece of beautiful sculpture. So beautiful and breathtaking that the Vatican decides that it needs to be hidden. It can't be seen in public because of the devastating impact it has on people. Some have described this novel of Jean-Baptiste Andrea as sprawling fresco over decades of Italian history, notably with the reader witnessing the rise of fascism and Mussolini. Let's take a listen to Jean-Baptiste Andrea talking about the political dimension, if you will, of his novel.
When I was writing this book, I realised that it had a lot of contemporary resonance, especially in terms of the growth of political extremism and in the violence, often moral, towards women. I told myself there were interesting things to say when it comes to extremism. When we study this period of history, it shows that tyranny can arise from the smallest of things that happen on a daily basis.
So, Clovis, that's the winner and the book itself. But tell us about the prize, the Goncourt. It's the oldest award for French language literature. And this year it's celebrating a milestone birthday, isn't it?
Indeed, 120 years, the oldest and the most prestigious, most coveted literary prize here in France. And it all happens here at the Drouin restaurant. We're near Opera, in the heart of the French capital. Every first Tuesday of each month, you have Academy members who are well-established French writers who meet here for a lunch, for literary discussions. This year, it was particularly difficult to pick a winner. It took 14 rounds of voting. Ultimately, it was a tie, and it was the president of the Academy, the Goncourt Academy, who had to choose. His vote counts double, and that's how Jean-Baptiste Andrea won. Among previous winners, you've got very important, influential, if you will, figures of French literature. Marcel Proust and so many others, notably Romain Gary. Let's take a look now at these 120 years, at the history of the Goncourt Prize with a report by Emerald Maxwell.
Year on year.
Mesdames, Messieurs, le Prix Goncourt 2001.
Le Prix Goncourt 1984.
Surprises and scandals remain at the heart of the event, created 120 years ago. The announcement of the winner of the Goncourt Prize has led to moments like these. Episodes that Edmond de Goncourt never got to see, as the writer only created the award as part of his will. Since its first edition in 1903, only 13 women have received the prize, including Simone de Beauvoir, Marguerite Duras, and last year's winner, Brigitte Giraud.
True, 13 women in 120 years is very little. I hope that the fact that I'm a woman didn't have anything to do with me winning. That would amount to positive discrimination, which would be an issue.
Authors can technically only win the Goncourt once, yet Romain Gary won it twice. First in 1956 for The Roots of Heaven, which divided critics at the time.
If they didn't attack me or criticize my work, then I wouldn't feel as though I'd won. But now that they're attacking me, it's like I've actually done something.
Then in 1975, his novel The Life Before Us won the prize, published under the name of Émile Ajar. The truth behind this pen name only came to light after Gary's death. Other renowned writers, though, such as Marguerite Yourcenar or Nobel laureates Albert Camus and Annie Ernaux, have been left out by Goncourt, with the jury criticised for missing out on literary masterpieces. While in 2003, they brought the ceremony forward by a fortnight, when their pick was also nominated for the Femina Prize.
Trying to beat another jury to it is so foolish. It's so shallow.
Today, the Goncourt is broadening its horizons, with Senegalese writer Mohamed Mbougar Sarr becoming the first winner from sub-Saharan Africa, following the success of The Most Secret Memory of Men in 2021. But behind the scenes, the Parisian restaurant where the jury votes and announces the winners remains a place of tension and controversy, where rumours swirl of conflicts of interest and pressure from big publishers. Over the coming months, the Academy is expected to elect a new president and perhaps begin a new, less turbulent chapter.
And so the winner of the Goncourt Prize, the Prix Goncourt this year, is Jean-Baptiste Andrea. And when he arrived here at the Drouin restaurant, he said it was simply the most magnificent day of his life. He also wanted to thank those who helped him achieve this piece of work. The independent publishing company Iconoclast, and it's a victory for them also. Jean-Baptiste Andrea saying that they all shared the same vision, a vision where words can help change the world.
Clovis, thank you so much for that update. That is France 24's Clovis Casali joining us there from central Paris.